and we are here to talk about the methods of identification.
Forensic anthropology. Forensic anthropology can be described as the analysis of human remains for the medico-legal purpose of establishing identity. It is the multidisciplinary endeavor that applies the knowledge of biological anthropology and human osteology to cases where human remains are skeletonized or where a detailed understanding of growth and development. Forensic anthropologists analyze human remains typically in criminal investigation. Their study of human remains aids in the detection of crime by working to assess the age, sex, stature, ancestry, and unique features of a skeleton, which may include documenting trauma to the skeleton and its post-mortem interval. Alphonse Bertillon was a French police officer and biometrics researcher who applied the anthropological technique of anthropometry to law enforcement, creating an identification system based on physical measurement. Anthropometry was the first scientific system used by police to identify criminals. Anthropometric measurement include weight, height, body mass index, body circumference, waist, hip ratio, elbow amplitude, and knee heel length. Anthropometry is a series of systemized measuring techniques that express quantitatively the dimension of human body and skeleton. The ultimate aim of the using anthropometry in forensic medicine science is to help the law enforcement agency in achieving personal identity in the case of unknown human remains. Forensic serology refers to the study of blood serum along with saliva, semen, and other bodily fluids in relation to the crimes and other legal matters. He analyzed semen, saliva, other body fluids, and may or may not be involved with DNA typing. Forensic serology can be considered the process of examining and identifying biological evidence which occurs prior to the individualization of the biological evidence. Forensic odontology is proper handling, examination, and evaluation of dental evidence, which will be presented in the interest of justice. The evidence that may be derived from the teeth, the age in children, and identification of the person to whom the teeth may be belong. Knowledge of forensic dentists requires encompassing of number of disciplines since the dental records obtained can identify an individual or afford the information needed by the authorities to establish identification of the case. Kaiser Nelson defined forensic dentistry as that branch of forensic dentistry that, in the interest of justice, deals with the proper handling and examination of dental evidence and the proper evaluation and presentation of dental findings. DNA fingerprinting. Micro and mini satellites galore. Microsatellites, also known as simple sequence repeats, are made of repeating units of nucleotides, each repeat ranging from 2 to 6 base pairs long. In mini satellite, the repeating unit range from 10 to 100 base pairs. These are also known as variable number tandem repeat or VNTRS. Restriction enzyme based fingerprinting. Jayvee original procedure. Restriction fragment length based DNA fingerprinting or RFLP analysis is relatively straightforward. A restriction enzyme is used to cut the DNA at specific points, yielding fragments of varying lengths. PCR-based fingerprinting. Carey Mullis. In 1983, CRIM-23 developed a technique that would revolutionize molecular biology, the polymerase chain reaction, better known as PCR. This gave scientists an in vitro way to exponentially amplify DNA. DNA fingerprinting is a method used to identify an individual from a sample of DNA by looking at unique patterns in their DNA. Other biological applications. Humans are not the only creatures who can be fingerprinted. Anything with a DNA or RNA genome, including animals, plants, bacteria, and viruses, can be fingerprinted the same way. DNA fingerprinting thus has an incredible number of biological applications. Portrait parley. These two French words means speaking likeness. Portrait parley can be defined as a rigorous system for verbal description of physical characteristics of the subject. It is based on the Bertillon method of criminal identification by measurement of the human body and is still in practice today to some extent. A distinctive description of every feature of the face and head are especially valuable for investigation, especially when a set of suspect fingerprints is not available in his life. History of portrait parley. In 1882, Alphonse Bertillon, also called father of scientific detection, said that anthropology could be invoked to aid in the sight recognition and identification of criminals. Employing these methods of scientific description, he worked out a system of identification utilizing 11 skeletal measurements which are practically unchanged after maturity and are not affected by increase or loss of weight. Alphonse Bertillon, 1853-1940. Bertillon card. The Bertillon card includes two photographs, one face and one in profile.